Ozark Trucking began in 1989. We are a for-hire carrier. Our primary customer is Raley's. We also act as a leasing company to Raley's. We supply them equipment. Between the two of us, we have about 360 million miles since our beginning. We have run exclusively on Chevron products, antifreeze, oil, lubricants, greases, and to this day, we have never experienced a Chevron-related product failure.
We're here in Sacramento, California, inspecting a Cummins IXX engine rated at 450 brake horsepower that has completed over 450,000 miles using Delo extended life coolant and Delo 400 XLE Synblend 10W-30. The oil drains were extended to 45,000 miles in order to maximize the customer's uptime and to minimize his operating costs.
We have 62 trucks on the road, delivering over 100 stores. In the summertime, typically they're 75,000 pound loads running in a 105 temperature. In the wintertime, our typical loads are still 75,000 and we're running snow and ice. We have to count on them trucks.
In reviewing the pistons, the first thing that is obvious is the top of the piston is absolutely clean. There is no carbon, so a good indication it's had a low oil consumption. When we then look at the lands, the lower lands perfectly clean, the higher lands here, just some minimal deposits and minimal deposits on the top land itself. So minimizing the deposits enables the rings to be free, operational, and minimize oil consumption. We have cross-sectioned the liners so we can see the liner clearly. And here we see a full crosshatch pattern, no wear step at the top. And this, with such a good crosshatch pattern still retained after this number of miles, indicates excellent oil consumption control.
Through our maintenance shop, we probably rebuild about a little over 100 engines a year. We have about 4,000 trucks that come through for service events. The engine that we just tore apart that I took a look at, over 450,000 miles on it, and in really great shape for that kind of mileage.
This engine has two cams, one for the intake and exhaust valves, one for the injectors. When we review the injector lobes, which operate under extreme pressure, we just see polishing wear on each of the lobes. On the lobes for the intake and exhaust valves, obviously they are all intact, and again we see just polishing wear. The lobes themselves are in great condition. We're now looking at the connecting rod bearings that have operated on the SAE 10W-30 for over 450,000 miles. This is the unloaded side of the bearing and this is the loaded side. You can see there is no overlay removal. These bearings are in great shape. Looking at the water pump, the impeller side, cast iron, no rust, no cavitation, no corrosion. It looks in great shape. And also the housing, which is a cast iron housing, but as you can see, again, there's the housing is in perfect shape, along with the thermostat, also extremely clean. All these products were operating perfectly. These trucks operate under severe conditions, hauling freight over the Sierra Nevada mountains. The temperatures can range from sub-zero to over 100 degrees F, and it's clear the Delo extended life coolant has provided excellent protection to the cylinder liners, the water pump and the radiator. Looking at these conditions, clearly the Delo extended life coolant has provided excellent protection to these components.
We operate about 120,000 miles a year per tractor. We've been using the Delo 1540 product. We're currently testing and we'll probably switch to the new 10W-30 product. That should realize us about $150,000 a year in fuel economy savings. which is going to be more than a tremendous benefit.
After completing the inspection of this Cummins engine, we are extremely satisfied with the condition of both the engine components and the coolant components. Clearly, the Delo family of products are providing Ozark the uptime, durability, reliability that the customer expects, while providing fuel economy with the Delo 400 XLE Synblend 10W-30.
Clearly, the Delo family of products helps my fleet go further.